Good evening, YouTube. This is Prepper John again. I'm doing a video on my updated cooking system that I upgraded recently. I've taken off a few things and added in a new stove and pot stand. So the cook kit is a Stanley cook kit. It's from Walmart, and I also bought a $5 stainless steel cup too. It came with a lid. They have holes in them to strain liquids if you're cooking in pasta or ramen or something like that. The first thing in the cook kit I have is a folding fork. It was about $5 at REI. This is for the obvious task of eating your food. This won't fit in the pot or outside of the pot. This is the Trangia stove pot stand, which is the base for the Trangia stove. And it's nice and round, so it will be pretty sturdy on uneven ground or on a bench or wherever I'm camping for the night. I like these because these have fold out handles, so you can keep your hands away from the flame and not burn yourself. The next thing in my cooking system is I have 3 S-bit fuel tabs. These are my secondary sources of fuel if I ran out of my alcohol stove fuel. These could be used for boiling water, for sanitation, or for using in my mountain house dinners. These 2 metal things I just got in the mail today. This is the pot stand. It goes on the Trangia like this, which I will show you later in the video. I have a butane lighter, which is for lighting the stove. It can also be used for fire starting, and like all of us preppers know, we should always have an item that can serve more than one purpose. So if it can be served for fire starter for stove and for fire starter for a campfire, then that's multi-purpose item, which is good. I just have a couple of spices. I got some lemon pepper, some salt, and some chili powder. You don't want your foods being bland and survival. You still want to have a little flavor, have a little comfort item for your food. Give it a little flavor or a little spice if you like spicy food, or salt or lemon pepper. This can be good for flavoring your foods or for medical purposes. This is my Trangia stove. I'm going to open it up real quick so I can show you what the stove will look like. It has an O-ring, so whatever alcohol or your fuel doesn't burn, you can just simply screw on the cap, and the O-ring in here will keep the fuel in and not spill all over your cooking gear or the rest of your pack. You can see there's a little fuel left in there from when I did my boil test on it. This boiled water in about, I think it was 5.5 or 6 minutes. I can't remember how long it was exactly. I have another pot inside. This is a Snow Peak 450 ml cup. It's enough not enough for 2 cups for your mountain house meals, but it's enough for a good cup of coffee or maybe some water for your ramen, something small that you don't need your main pot for. And this is the main pot. It's made by Stanley, and it can hold about 24 ounces of water, which I think is this upper lip right here. It has a handle, so your hand will be far from the flame, so you have no danger of burning yourself. And it's rounded and will be stable on the bottom. So I'll go and get the stove assembled for you so you can see how it looks when it's assembled and ready for cooking. So here's the Trangia pot stand, the Trangia stove. The pot stand simply goes in like that. You can light your stove. I won't do that because I'm in my room. That'd be a fire hazard. And then the pot goes on like this. And then the flame boils the water or whatever's in your pot. And this pot stand will fit all of my cooking devices. There's the Snow Peak, and here's that nesting cup. It's a little unstable because I've kind of bent the edges of these stoves to make it flatter for a previous cook system I had made. So I'll need to re-bend these out, or just not use the base when I'm using this, because this will still work fine on flat ground, because this pot stand will provide more area for the cup to sit on if I'm not using the base. And then when I'm all done cooking, I can just screw on the lid. And this also acts as a snuffer for the flame, or a simmering lid if you want to keep foods warm but not cook them longer. And as soon as it snaps on, this will go into the Snow Peak. The Snow Peak will go into the Stanley pot. The nesting cup on the outside of the Stanley pot. These can simply, like that, just take apart nice and fast, and everything will be nice inside. Then the lid. These the handle can fold up like so. And then the stuff sack just like that. And that's my cook kit. Hope you enjoyed this video and gave you some ideas for your prepping cook kits or for camping cook kits. This is Prepper John signing off.